What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero builds, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the recent change where Fortnite made it to where the exotic weapons in the black market are now random game to game which ones end up spawning. The weapons themselves are still locked to the black market that they were already associated with. So like the Rift gun only has chance to spawn at this black market. But every black market has 4 potential exotic weapons that can spawn there and only 2 that spawn per game. We got the old wave 1 of exotics back in the game that were previously vaulted. And so now we just have a bunch in the game. I personally like this and think it's a good thing. Like the exotics that spawn in your match can definitely shake up and make the gameplay different than it would otherwise, and having it not just be the same exact ones every single match, I think makes the game a little more exciting to play. I wanted to land at the black market here, hoping that we can spectate someone that is somewhat active in the match, but you do have to be careful landing at these. Obviously it's very chaotic, and for me making this video, if I die to someone who then immediately dies to somebody else before I'm able to actually start spectating them, like this might actually happen here, it makes me spectate somebody across the map, and I really don't want that to happen. That's why I was trying to kind of shoot that guy over there, make sure he died, that way he didn't just run in and eliminate this person. But didn't work out either way. The problem that I wanted to avoid didn't happen. Seems like in this match the heavy impact sniper and the other falcon eye sniper spawned. The rift gun did not spawn, and so that's probably pretty disappointing for this player. I feel like the rift gun is one of the more sought after exotic weapons. And this black market in Mask Meadows is kind of busted because the Midas NPC here sells a dilbit. And so if you guys were unaware, you can get a dilbit out of the outlaw chest if you have a high enough rarity keycard. And that's why people are able to land on the black markets and then immediately get a mythic or exotic weapon. But also being able to get one from Midas as well, you can get 2 mythics or exotics off spawn. That's kind of busted. Leaves the area. And then you also, not only do you get like one of those very impactful items from the black market, but you also have the chance to get either to go buy your loadout too. You can just buy a pump off the wall or shotgun of your choice. You can buy a shield, you can buy AR, you can buy mobility. And so like the black market can give you like a pretty solid start to the game. This player didn't get a chance to buy other items though, because they just decided to leave in the porta potty and kind of reset that fight. I think they were kind of hoping the other player would chase them and then they could just fight outside rather than being indoors in the black market. Interested to see how they approach this though, because this other player that was there is going to know they're here. I think that might be them. I'm going to heal up a bit, but yeah, this is a person that I had shot in earlier. He got the drum gun, I think. I'm not sure though. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Gonna shockwave away. He only has 1 other shock though. The enemy might have shocks to chase because of they landed at the black market. With this sniper, you don't have to actually hit people to mark. You just have to hit near them. So he could have just like quickly shot a shot back at the building if he wasn't sure where this player was. They're just like lurking inside. Unfortunately, the mark doesn't show on spectator, but the enemy in there should be marked for a little bit longer. Fight going down at Masked Meadows. If I was this player, I would really want to get this kill, because then this kind of unlocks his ability to go to the black market and purchase things and then get the game going. And if you are going to be at these black markets, I feel like you want these fights to happen relatively quick, because other players are definitely going to be like rotating in. Yeah, this player does have the drum gun, so this would be a nice kill to get for several reasons. He's like lining up the shot. I don't know what he's doing. I thought he was trying to like line up the shot and then strafe out of the bubble. This is a scary, yeah, I was going to say this is like a scary situation for him. His bubble is about to be gone, but him jump peeking there with the burst, there isn't much potential upside. Like if he hits the player we're spectating, I don't know the name of the skin, but if he hits Beefy here with his laser, that's not that game changing. But if he gets hit with the snipe like that, it's very game changing. And Beefy is just going to run this kill down. Gets messy there. If you're playing into somebody that has right shoulder peek like that, I think that is what you want to not do. It's just kind of slowly walk forward at them. If I'm playing into someone's right shoulder peek, I want to like sprint and slide in and just do so quickly. Because the longer you're just in that player's right shoulder peek, the more likely it is you just die off it. Now somebody else is pulling up, as I kind of talked about. Like it took him so long for this fight to play out that now the third parties are here. And he still hasn't been able to buy a shotgun. And I assume he would like to have that purple pump because he's basically max gold and he's using a sentinel pump anyways. Enemies here. They have a medallion as well. This would be a good spot for the sniper. This guy's going to try to peek this corner and he can maybe get a snipe on them. And then like push that kill in a similar way that he did the previous one. It's a very stalematy situation though. I'm wondering if he thinks the enemy doesn't know where he is. Like if he thought maybe like they would run down here. Somewhat drove away. They're still in the area though. Can maybe go buy the pump now. And big pots. You definitely want to have big pots over minis. And this player has so much gold that he can kind of buy anything he wants here and not really think about how that impacts his gold reserve. Because he has, well, now he has 3,300. But he had basically max at the start of this game. That car is back. I would want to get out of here. He could buy a rift from the NPC. So let's talk about gold. But gold is incredibly easy to get this season. There's the vaults, which give a lot of it. There is the gold veins across the map that you can farm to get gold. There's golden llamas that spawn around the map, and you get 1,000 gold for each llama you find if you get the gold from it. Buying a scanner, and he's going to throw that down. Interesting. But there's the llamas, there's the vault, there's jewelry stores across the map. I don't know if there's any that haven't been looted, but like right here, there'll be a diamond on the map. Right here, there's one at Hopeful Heights. And those have a chance to spawn dill bits, but they also have cases that have 200 gold in each case you destroy. So each jewelry store has about like 800 to 600 gold. I think Whiffy Wharf has one as well. Yeah. So that adds up. In addition to like the other ways to get gold. So if you are really struggling to get gold, I'd recommend going for one of those things. Or you can go into Team Rumble and have access to all that stuff as well. And Team Rumble is like basically like Fortnite pseudo team deathmatch mode. This would be a situation where the sniper would be really good. If he can get a snipe here to open this. Unfortunately, he misses. And in that time, the enemy hits him hard. This might be a death. Unfortunately, messed up swapping as well. 40 HP remaining. And I don't think he's going to be able to get away from the medallion player. They're chasing him with shocks, I believe. He might be dead to fall. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Player just hit good damage. I don't know if they hit him with the pistol or the shotgun at first, but they hit him hard. And then at that point, like, there's not much you can do. And that's kind of the downside of using a weapon like a sniper. It's kind of all or nothing. If he was using the drum gun there, he gets some damage. I don't mind him going for the snipe, but like I even said, it was a good play in the moment, or it could go well. If he hit the snipe, rolls would have been somewhat reversed, you know? But he just missed his snipe. The enemy hit him hard, and so that's just kind of the way it goes. They're just getting shot on the side. It's an AI, though. But anyways, like I was trying to say, with Team Rumble, you can go in there and farm gold. And it's Fortnite's kind of pseudo team deathmatch mode. It's very low stakes. You can just go in there and open a vault, get the gold and leave. Go in there, get the jewelry stores gold. Maybe get a vault as well. Like, if you have 5 to 10 minutes, you can get several thousand gold in a very low stress environment where you really don't have to pay that much attention. You know, like you can put this YouTube video on and then go into Team Rumble and get gold in the meantime, and you'll be basically max. So even if you are struggling to get gold, I think doing that is one way to like get a lot. But even if you don't want to do that, as long as you're at an okay amount of gold, like I feel like it's relatively easy to stay topped off with all the means there are in the game. They're fighting over there. Gonna shotgun on it. He's gonna start with his mammoth pistol and hopes to hit a shot. Unfortunately, he doesn't. Good AR shots though. This should be a kill, but I think that Sub-Zero gets away actually. I don't think it really matters though. With how this person is playing, I fully expect them to win the game. So the reason why he's not shooting at this person is because they're an AI. Like he recognizes that this person was an AI and was more concerned about like maybe blowing the car up. And even if that wasn't an AI, like blowing the car up and getting them to fight makes your life much easier. Then worst case scenario, the car gets away and then you're shooting at somebody that's like in no man's land wide out in the open. I don't know why he's still blowing the car up. I would guess the enemy went into the basement of this building where the mask is, but maybe they didn't. Oh, actually, it might be the medallion player he's chasing. I didn't realize that initially. That makes more sense. And that other medallion is going to be really good for the player with spectating because it gives you 20 bonus damage when your weapon is fully loaded. And having that with something like the Mythic Pump or the Mythic Mammoth Pistol is just incredible. Mythic Mammoth Pistol does have, you know, two shots, so it's not like every single shot you would take advantage of it. But it's still something that, like, if you're using those weapons to open fights, getting that 20 bonus damage, like, makes your life a little bit better. That fight went south very quickly. He wins with 7 HP remaining. If the enemy had 20 extra damage, this player would be dead. They did have the medallion. I just don't know if they hit their first shot or not. I kind of don't like this. He's like healing with the Sprite because he wants to conserve his Chug Jug. And it might not matter, but if an enemy pushes in this time, that would be a way for him to lose in a way that he like maybe wouldn't lose otherwise. Like I would just heal up as fast as possible. And like it's decently likely he would get pushed having 2 medallions. And being in an area where both medallions previously were, so like anybody who wants him is probably already heading this direction, you know? Enemy came in and stole his ground. The shotguns would be nice to have. But that was just like a weird, awkward fight that kind of happened. The start of it was quite good for him, but the player's awkward with the auto shotgun. I feel like that happens sometimes. Like when the auto shotgun hits like that, you can lose some fights, but the auto shotgun doesn't always hit like that, and that's why a lot of people don't like using it. I don't know what happened to the person that grabbed the crown. The dill pickle in that bush, I believe. They're going to have to run out, though, because the storm... And they don't have to run out. The storm is relatively weak, but a lot of players like don't want to just be in the storm. 100 damage. Shock on them. GG's. Hard pushing him. His mammoth isn't loaded fully. They're going to go for the pickaxe there. Enemy on high ground. This is potentially bad. Like, this player is quite good, but they're playing very aggro, and I play very aggro as well, but like not having their car there, I don't know what happened to their car. Like I don't remember like if they even had one, maybe. But eliminating that dill pickle and then not moving away or not getting to their car and just waiting for that other car to drive at them almost just lost the game in a situation where they would otherwise just win for free. Like I think as long as this player doesn't lose the game, they will win. And that sounds like dumb and obvious, like sure, but what I mean is like this player is very like they're good and their aim is good, they're mechanically good, they're clearly very comfortable playing the game and making decisions quickly. So as long as they don't like throw in a needless way, they will win this game. And just like being out in the open while an enemy is on a mountain getting timing on you is one of the ways that you can just kind of lose and have it not really be a situation where you were, you know, outskilled or outplayed than the opponent. Just like positioning and timing. I don't want to be down in these mountains at all. Also, they have no way to prevent fall damage. They don't have the rocket drill. And so an enemy player using a bat on these mountains could be a problem. And that would be another way for them to just kind of, you know, lose a game that they should clearly win. And I think if you're... Not even if you're good or very good at Fortnite, but even if you're not the best player, just like avoiding some of those needless deaths or cheesy deaths is like... It can go a long way in this game because of just how the game plays out sometimes. Like there's always a lot of... You know, cheese or just unfortunate things that can happen in Fortnite. He does have the sprint medallion, and so if he knows somebody's going for the bat, he can maybe like negate it with that. I really like having the sprint medallion versus bat users, but there's times where it doesn't really work properly. Like depending on the terrain and stuff, you can sprint bash into somebody and then they just go nowhere. Or like timing wise, they get the swing off before you collide with them. Then you're potentially dead to fall. Somebody on that mountain there, I would not want to go for that. If I had a car, I would maybe go for that, but not having any way to negate fall damage, I really don't want to be fighting on that mountain. Even if you get the kill, like getting third-partied by somebody just like running in with the bat is so problematic. 9 players remain. Luckily, the zone did not go to these mountains. I think it's going to go over here. Okay, it went to Sogan Solid too. There's still the potential for fall damage death. That area is kind of a mountain as well. There's another crown player in the lobby, and I think the player that took the crown off the auto shotgun lady he eliminated also hasn't been eliminated yet. That's why I love having shockwaves though. Like that was almost very bad timing. He was like fighting someone he didn't get damaged on while getting third-party AR'd from somebody. Having only a bat or a rocket drill for mobility, like you could get caught in that situation and get fried. Being able to just shock away is so good. Like they could have gotten enough damage on him to want to keep pursuing it, and then that just like brief moment in time ends up losing you the game. Yeah, that wolf mountain isn't going to be in zone anymore. Car there. I would maybe want to be getting shots on that car. This game is like relatively healthy though. Like it's not the most stacked, but it's also not the most dead. For the kill, an AI. If it was like if it was very dead, I would be more inclined to like really want to grief that car. But even still, once I get like, I mean, at any stage of the game, I'm griefing people's cars probably, but definitely once I get to like the later parts of the game, just damaging people's cars and getting it weak can make your life easier later on. Especially if you're able to get it weak but not fully destroy it, and then they keep using it, because then you can blow it up on them later. This is another car too. This isn't even the same car that we previously saw as a green one earlier. I don't know what this person's doing. They're about to probably be going back to the lobby. This might be that Sub-Zero from earlier that got away. GG's. That's kind of like what I was talking about before with having only the rocket drill as your mobility. There's a player behind that rock as well. But that Sub-Zero, while the rocket drill is good, it's not good at getting out of bad situations like that immediately, and then it just cost him. He has shocks as well. He's maybe still dead, but he's getting drilled on. Player's gonna land on him. Car is getting full spammed. The car is gonna blow up, but we saw that player earlier behind the rock, and that player behind the rock might rotate into this. So I would want to kind of get to this bush over here and then look back to like get shots on that if they do start fighting. Being in the car like this is scary. I don't want to be in a weak car at all. That's like free 100 damage. He gets 100 damage. There's still that person in the rock that could come behind him though. Like I'm very worried about that. I don't know if y'all could see it maybe. My webcam might have been blocking it actually. But like when he was driving that way earlier, there was like somebody that you could see behind a rock. He has a sprint medallion, so if this guy wants to chill in the bush, he could just sprint them out of the bush. Like knock them back and then shotgun them. Or pistol them. He only has 3 shocks left. I feel like that was very fortunate that that worked out the way it did. I think if that Sub-Zero had chased him better and like continued pressuring the car, they could have gotten that like car explosion 100 free damage to start the fight. And that is no joke. They're on this mountain. I think that's the one that I previously saw hiding behind the rock. Zone pulled far though. This is a problem you don't have to deal with. If zone pulled to that mountain, then you'd maybe have to deal with that person, but it pulled the complete opposite side. So that person is going to have to leave that mountain regardless. It's not really worth investing the time and effort to fight it. Like you can if you want, but it's just not necessary. That problem will resolve itself. I don't know what happened to the person that was behind him that got that crown though. But I like that he just immediately left that mountain player. He's going to leave them. He's going to get to this mountain first and then probably clean the game up. I think the top part of that is going to be in zone. You can mark things to see. Like you could put a mark there and then see if it's in zone. But yeah, I would kind of want... Oh, no. That was awkward. This is still such a winnable fight. I think if he just pulled out his shotgun there, he could have killed them. But, like, the struggle is real at the moment. Just awkward timing. That splash doesn't work, I don't think. He's still very weak. This is still flippable, though. Like, I have faith. What I was going to say, though, is I would just want to chill here and then rotate into the top mountain once it becomes available. Okay. That person is now dead that was previously spamming him. He only has 1 shock remaining, I think. Yeah. Only 1 shock remaining, which is rough. This is the person with the scanner AI. 100 damage. I would maybe go... Oh, he's getting shot from the mountain. This is a hard win now. That's kind of what I was talking about. Yep. Unfortunate. What I was going to say before that Lara Croft started fighting him is I would kind of just want to hang out in that low part and have nothing happen. And then get to this top of the mountain once it's available. But that Lara Croft being there really negatively impacted his game, and then having only shockwaves for mobility and having only 1 shockwave at that point also really negatively impacted his game. That is exactly what I was talking about. The only reason that player lost the game is because he got awkward timing on that Lara Croft, where I think he like didn't have his shotgun out or something, and then she just like was there, and it was like kind of a jump scare, but just like not being ready for that fight resulted in a situation where they died in a way where they really couldn't even fight back. Like, by the time this person is up here shooting at them, it's already so bad. The player is to the right more. Like, their NPC was over here following them. He kind of saw them crossing, but I don't think he saw them crossing. Like, they were on his screen, but I don't think he realized. They're to the right, bro. Like, the NPC was just behind this tree that my mouse is on the right. I don't know if they can, like, actually come behind him and shoot him. I don't know how exactly, like, the terrain of these mountains, but that was almost bad. If somebody has a hired NPC and you don't know where they are, you can just look at their hired NPC and then follow it. Yeah. Now this person got timing on that. And maybe this Dune player wins the game. But it's another fight that's just needlessly more difficult than it needs to be. Because they didn't realize this person crossed already. Even though their NPC was completely giving them away. Like, this person was on their screen crossing, and then, as I said, their NPCs just directly follow them. So when someone has a hired AI, it just completely gives away their location. And the fact that the Dune player didn't see them cross and also just didn't put themselves in the best spot, this person was able to take height and win the game. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be, you know, helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.